So that's what we're going for with that. And I've been speaking the last 4 years. I've got about 14 versions of the talk, The Constitution and Donald Trump. Frankly, I'm kind of happy to be getting to the end of those talks. And this is kind of a bit of a summation of it. If you wanted to have all the talks back to back, I could probably have you here for about a good 10 hours straight, which would be miserable about all the constitutional issues. But it's a good way to learn about the Constitution. So do you want me to just go ahead and jump in now to the talk? Yeah. And, enter with questions, etc. I'll certainly have time at the end for questions. And if you want to shoot some questions during it, I'm happy to do it. I'll try to pause at each section to give a chance for questions. Okay. We've got the screen share on.
We do.
Okay, good. So you can see my PowerPoint, right?
You go ahead and hit screen share on your end.
All right, let's do that. Screen share. Share. We good?
You're good.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, well, hopefully we've got the end of the Donald. Just a sec here. There we go. The last days of Trump. We've waited a long time for this. I'm going to start out by talking about, as some of you may know, was the principal author of the bar complaint against Trump's lawyers here in Arizona. It got quite a reaction. This is one of the emails I received. What a scumbag you are. What has Beijing Biden promised you? This is a construction company up in Alaska. Here's another one. Hello, you POS. You're a traitor, worse than you're willing to hurt fellow Americans for greed and power. That's not nice. History has shown assholes like you don't get along very well when average citizens who pay huge prices because of your actions just get fed up. Take care, you asswipe. I hope you get cancer in your balls. Okay, that's from James. Kind of has a very fluid sense of grammar. Here's a couple of voicemails that I got on this. Let's see if these play.
Hi, I just read that the attorney, McWhirter or whatever your name is, that you are filing a complaint against the president's attorney for bringing the case of election fraud into your state. You are claiming that by questioning this fraudulent election is somehow undermining our right to a free and fair election. Give me a break. This election in your state is so fraudulent. How dare you do that? I am so furious right now. You should be the one in bars, at this bars. You should be the one. Honestly, you hear the evidence. You see what's going on. What is wrong with you? Why are you so naive? Why are you so criminal? Why are you so corrupt and so angry? Stop it already. Ugh. Obviously, this election was flawed. Obviously, there are compromises in your state. Obviously, and because the Maricopa County people won't let the forensic, they're not even, doing it. It's the tide returned. It was on the other table. Oh, forget it. You liberals, you fucking left. You are ruining this country. How dare you? How dare you, communists? That's what you are. You're tyrants and you're communists and you're anti-American. And you know what? I'm starting to hate you all. Get out. Get out of this country. Go take a slow boat to China. That's what you deserve. Oh, I'm furious.
I will tell that usually people need to know me a little better before they're that pissed off at me. But here's another one.
Hi, Mr. McWhirter. I don't know who the hell you think you are filing a complaint against attorneys who are just trying to ensure that our elections are free and fair. I think it's disgusting what you're doing. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. The only thing that undermines confidence in our legal system is sham lawsuits and seeking to stifle the free speech and obligation of people who sincerely have our nation's best interests at heart, because apparently you do not. You are a communist, you are a fascist, and you are a socialist, and I would say that you deserve to be disbarred, but I believe that everybody says this is a free country. So I just want to express my utter contempt for your recent actions. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I would like to point out there that I achieved being both a communist and a fascist at the same time, which I think was quite quite astounding. Um,
Hi,
oops, let's go here. Here's another one. By the way, one of those persons is Ms. Wallace. She also sent me an email. If you see Ms. Wallace's telephone number there, if anyone feels free and would like to call Ms. Wallace and talk with her, please feel free to do so. The number's at the bottom of the screen. I do not intend to call her and talk with her, but if any of you would like to call and talk with Ms. Wallace, please feel free and go ahead and do that. Here's another one. Accusers of what you're doing, then there's a whole YouTube video this Canadian lawyer did, and he says the complaint is a crash course in projection without insight, talking about the bar complaint. I do have a request of you. About 4 or 5 of these people got on my Google business page and gave me 1 stars, which is terrible as an attorney and affects my business. If you would not mind going on and giving me 5 stars, then that levels them out. I figure if I can get 6 or 10 people to give me 5 stars, that levels out their 1 stars, and I'll end up at a 4.5 or something like that. But these people are just crazy and they're mean. And these are the people that ended up storming the United States Capitol. Okay, so that's my request of you, if you would do that to help balance this out a little bit. All right.
Okay. Bob, can I interrupt just a second?
Sure.
Can you hear me? Could you guys, if you guys haven't stopped your video, you might want to do that. There are people showing up on the screen. So stop your video and your audio. So just Bob's on. Okay. You have to stop them.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
At any rate, so there we go. So that's kind of what's happening with the bar complaint. It's going forward. In the Arizona Republic, one of the lawyers I filed the bar complaint has now threatened to file a bar complaint against me for filing the bar complaint against him. So we'll just see how far that all goes. All right. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Electoral College, and it was, of course, relevant in this recent election. Breaking news, as many of you may know, Joe Biden was not elected president of the United States in November. Nor was he actually even president-elect in November. He was called that, but he's actually not. He was not president-elect until the electors met, which did not happen until December 14th. As many of you may know, and I doubt there might be somebody here that this would not apply to, but I would venture to guess that nobody on this call, myself included, has ever voted for president of the United States. We don't vote for president of the United States. We vote for a slate of electors that are chosen by the parties to then vote for president of the United States. Biden becomes president. Congress has to certify in the case of a tie in the Electoral College. The whole reason why this whole thing ended up in Congress this week on the 6th was because if there's a tie in the Electoral College, the Constitution provides that the House of Representatives decides then who is president by vote per state, each state getting only 1 vote, which is horribly undemocratic, but that's why you have to go through this certification process in the Senate and the Congress. Okay. So January 6th, Joe Biden becomes president-elect. He doesn't actually become president until January 20th. At 12 noon, Donald Trump's term, 12 noon on January 20th is when Donald Trump can no longer do damage as president of the United States. So you get the joint session of Congress, states send certified slates. Congress accepts the slates. Objections can happen, as we saw. And of course, since Arizona is way up there, high in the first of the alphabet, Arizona was the first one objected to. And then all hell broke loose in the Capitol to hold up the count. All right. I will talk a little bit more about this toward the end of the talk, because I think what happened was disturbing, profound, but I also see something kind of positive in it. Now, the Constitution, Fifth Amendment says, no person shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. There is a picture of my son, who has done what many of my clients should have done